Doc, let's go. I'm going to call you. Let's get off this and jump in the call, okay? In the live stream.
Sorry, what?
Let's go get in the live stream.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Channel.
I don't want it.
But I thought you loved beans and toast.
No, not anymore.
I just don't understand why we can't have free refills in the UK. It's not like the technology doesn't exist.
Ranch dressing. Do you have it?
Hans, why is everything here in children portion?
It's always been this way.
Mayonnaise, sour cream,
Right.
buttermilk.
Do you want to
Now
start
for the herbs.
broadcasting? Just
I
with
already
the-
have.
Okay.
In fact, they hear us saying that. All right. Let's see. Okay. I think we're just about ready. Let's see. Yeah, well, I guess we should just get going. Should we just get going?
Yeah, it looks like the video stopped on my side, so we can.
No, here we go. We're in there now.
Yeah, no, I meant the show.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
The main
That's fair.
broadcast. This is now the main broadcast.
yes.
This is the live one. Somewhere
Is it?
in the ether. I don't know. Are you? Is it showing up on your end? Are you looking at it? Is it working?
There we go. Yeah. Oh, hey, there we go.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
Getting
delay.
used to-
It shows
getting
up.
used to live
Yeah, it's a delay, and then it, whatever, for whatever
Get more
reason.
caffeine.
Oh yeah, I'm on V8. V8 juice. Hey everybody, so that was the first episode of All of Us. We are pretty proud of putting that together. We're also realizing after watching it that there's a few areas of improvement. We'd like to hear from you if anybody's out there, anybody's watching. Comments are welcome. Talk to us directly. We're kind of trying to talk about what we want to do, what we did well, what we didn't do well, what things that. Let us know what you thought. We've got some work to do. It's been a few years since we put one of these on. So,
Heck yeah.
what did you think, Keith? I mean, you did primary editing on this. I did all the interviews, but what did you think?
Well, I mean, I thought we did a pretty good job for not having put anything this complicated together in a long time. I mean, usually Viewmaster did the bulk of the editing, and he's off in a cooler place.
Yeah,
It's too cool for Austin now.
too cool for Austin.
but yeah, and so yeah, I thought it was pretty good. My news segment, I think I recorded that too late at night. I was definitely a little down energy at the beginning of it.
Yeah. Okay. So now I'm back. I'm actually here. That's okay. Go to. You missed it. There'll be a cigar on your table, man. Come on. You can't miss it next time. That's fun. Yeah. Go
That's
to.
okay. It's
go,
still
go,
up on YouTube though.
Yeah, no, it'll be there for others to watch and see. There's a few things that I thought we know we need to improve on it. I think you're right on your energy. We wanted more of a Ron Burgundy. We'll get that coming up with the thing. I thought the guys, the fans don't even know how bad our audio was before you fixed
goodness.
it. It was a lot of. It was up. It was down. We're recording in a room in Keith's house that we've set up with all the stuff we brought from all the stuff I have and all the stuff Keith has, and so that's where we're doing it. And there's a few things that we also didn't necessarily hit as hard as we wanted to. For instance, I think stop killing games. I'm gonna pull this up here and
Yeah, show the
stop killing games.
show
Yeah, so this logo, what's happened in our industry, and the whole reason we're doing this flipping show is because 50% of the people in our field, in our industry, have lost their jobs in the last year, to a year and a half. And that's outrageous. It's crazy. And it's mostly due because money people, they're embracing AI. They're killing live service projects. You buy a fucking game and then 3 months later the game is gone. That's bullshit. As a game developer, and I learned this with Chris Roberts, we made a game, you owned a game. Conquest Frontier Wars, a game I made with Chris and with Aaron and with the guys, you can still play it because we did peer-to-peer. It's up to 8 players at one time. You can't do that. You cannot ask somebody to pay $50 for a game and then 3 months later go, well, we're not making money. Now, I understand publishers can't just bleed money, or people can't just bleed money. Investors, whoever the flip it is, the billionaires, they can't just bleed money. But you can release the server client, so everybody else can play it. I mean, we did that.
Just a devil's advocate here. I mean, it depends on the game, right? So, like when you were doing like Conquest Frontier Wars, or back in the early Battlefield 1942, or Tribes 2, which is one of my favorites. The only server that the company ran was basically a matchmaking server.
Right.
And the players ran all the actual game servers. But nowadays, you're dealing with not only game servers, but you're dealing with entitlement servers and matchmaking servers and sometimes authentication servers. And so a lot of the games nowadays are built with a lot more dependencies. And you don't necessarily, for instance, want to give away the authentication data to just random people. So
if you're closing live service down, that fucking doesn't matter. Literally, if you're going to shut down the servers, none of that matters to you can set it up to the point is, while we did Descent, we had this. We went to shows like Rooster Teeth and others, absolutely. And we had a client server. You've got to plan for it all along. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing.
And I think that's where, we're talking about like indie games. Indie games are where a lot of the innovation in the industry comes from. And so if more indie games are building with this mindset and big companies see it as a competitive advantage to offer this, then they're going to do it because they see the benefit in it. They see the money in it. But indie games are going to have to kind of lead that way. Or else the big companies will fight it tooth and nail. Well,
yeah, but we need to. I think independent. The reason we're doing this is because everybody's been laid off. Our industry's in flux right now. The games are being shut down. All the biggies are laying people off. I mean, I know people like to think that they're safe, but nobody's safe. And this is traditionally the way industries have happened, where you ship a game and then there's going to be a massive. If you're in the games industry, you expect it. I think the longest I've ever been anywhere was 5 years. So, but the point is, we want to stop killing games. If you buy a game, you own a game. I mean, hell, that's where people on GameStop. That's where people could buy the game, go sell it. That's where GameStop made all their money. Was on used products. Was on games that other people owned. So, and by the way, Viridian, we are paying attention. So the only criticism you're being kind, sir. You're being very kind. Said that the alert sound from the acronym of doctor was a little too loud, and that's fair.
That definitely got messed up in the final edit there. And
what. I liked having Viewmaster's head in there. By the way, I thought that was cool. Oh, by the way, speaking of the old school. Here's a little sneak peek of what may or may not be coming up soon.
Hey everybody, it's your old buddy Ben here. I'm sure you all remember me from my important work on that great big computer game everyone loves. Anyway, I haven't been around much lately because I've been grinding too much on my successful business career. Sorry, I have to take this. To hell with that. Hostile takeover them for 1 billion cryptos. Leverage the subsidiary data point numbers, boardroom, etc. Sorry, my constant ever-increasing success never stops. Anyway, when I heard that my old buddy Eric Plimperton was getting together with some other people and they were gonna do something, I had to record this unprompted promotional video. Welcome home, Wingman.
I love seeing this. I love seeing that Ben is back. I mean,
that is awesome.
yeah, it's important that the crew comes back and helps out. I mean, this is that everybody that was part of the original Wingman's Hangar cast has basically said, yeah, they're going to help and they're going to be part of this process. And you know, we need the fans to say, if there are any fans, we need them to say, yeah, we like that, we don't like that. We want to see them. If we don't spread the word, if we don't build a quorum, build an audience big enough, you know, the show's not going to last. We're hoping that we can get enough people out there that like what we're doing. We're going to, look, there's enough shit going on in the world right now where it's all negativity. We're trying to bring some positive energy to a difficult situation and have some real talk with people about what we're doing. That's why it's called All of Us. It's not us. It's not you. It's all of us. And the only way that anybody hears us, publishers, private equity, any of the people, the money people, so we can make some of these bigger projects, is if we join together, band together, because we're stronger together than we are individually. And that's kind of the message, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And another piece of that is kind of going back to what you guys did on Star Citizen and what we did on Descent and things like that. That games get better when gamers are involved in that process earlier. You know, a lot of studios have this kind of secrecy thing where they don't want to show anybody anything. But for indie games, you know, the data is pretty clear that games that involve gamers earlier tend to be better. I mean, there's an hour-long video from GDC several years ago about how Subnautica, the original Subnautica, built in, you know, player feedback and stuff and ways to interact with the audience, and how that totally changed the game they were making from the very early access to what eventually shipped, and it was a much better game.
Well, I could tell you story. I mean, listen, you know, it used to be, because I've been in this thing for almost 40 years, working at Origin with Chris and everything. We started. There were several times we would, you know, back then it was sequestered. You'd make a game for yourself, for your friends. We were just doing it on our own, and usually there's enough people that have the thinking like you that'll do all right. But I can tell you an example. We were working on Starlancer back in the day, and we were very serious about making co-op. Not many people were doing co-op at the time. We thought it would be great to play through the entire campaign with up to 3 of your buddies. Yeah. Now, this was unheard of at the time. Unheard of. And it was so, we put so much effort into it, we actually created extra mission threads to where you get new mission elements if you play with 2 or 3 or 4 people. Yeah. Okay. So, you know, nice. it was a much bigger, deeper, richer experience for playing together than it was single player. And single player was great, right?
Yeah.
Nobody played it. It came out, and it was, I guess it was a little early on the process of whether or not, you know, people wanted to play together. Now you've got like Friend Slop and all this stuff. Co-op's really big, you know, Helldivers, everything. It's much more prevalent than it was back then. So we kind of were a little on the edge, much like Wingman's Hangar was kind of leading the edge of talking with and being part of the community. If you recall, the first year of the show was really, we didn't have much to show, was about everybody, the fans. We're all just doing this together. That's the thing, that the barrier that does not exist between gamers and game creators. We're the same frickin' breed. That's it. We're the same people. I don't know any game maker that doesn't play games. Do you know what I mean? And isn't an addict at it.
A couple, but not many. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just really rare. And so getting feedback from the audience can really help you hone your skills and help you get the game into a better place. And for me, out of style, it's going to be an uphill fight against the algorithm to build an audience. Craven, you may be right. You may be right.
It could be.
And that's, is it out of style? Saturday Night Live's still going strong, but I get your point. Come in the forums and help us hone that. What do you mean by that?
Well, and it's and definitely the algorithm is a concern. But at the same time, one of the things that we've been seeing is there seems to be starting to be a rejection now by people, not by the algorithm, but by people, of things that are too short and too quick. And people are starting to want to read books again and, watch a whole movie again. So there's definitely a split that we're seeing, but you could be right. We might be too cutting edge, like Eric said.
Or too old school. You just never know. I mean,
it's
not. You can't please everyone, but what we can do. One of the reasons we cut the show up into small segments to where it's not too much of what we're seeing now, where it's just Keith and I talking, is because of that. So we can break them into segments and throw them out on TikTok and all this other places, and because the world is consumed in 15-second sound bites right now, which is not necessarily good for critical thinking or for understanding an in-depth game. In fact, we cut both the Mark Skelton video and the Extinct video way down. I mean, I think we did 2 or 3 minutes on each one, and I think the Extinct video is like 30 minutes long, and the Mark one's about 25 minutes. And we touch much more on other games and the gameplay. So if you want to learn more about that, that's going to be up on our forums. It'll probably also be up here on YouTube in the thread section. I know we got some work to put them there, but primarily we want to drive people to the forums, which is also old school. We have a Discord page too. So the AI bubbles are going to pop. Sithmaster, that's AI's tough. It's
there's
tough.
definitely going to be some bubbles that pop, but there will be some stuff that sticks around.
Well, okay. To me, AI is just like the '90s with the freaking, what was it called? The .coms, right? The .com stuff happened. Where you're gonna have 2 or 3 winners that come out of this, and everybody else falls away. Amazon was a winner. Google's a winner, but many others. I mean, there were so many. They just went away. So most of these AI companies are gonna go or get absorbed by larger ones, the ones that are succeeding.
Viridian makes a good point here about owning, not just games.
But, books, movies.
And movies. Like, people are going back to. We were talking about this the other day, that people want DVDs again. They want, physical books again.
Well, you don't feel cheated. Look, as society moves to you don't own anything, you rent everything. What a bunch of crap that is. I mean, and it kills the secondary market. And what good are garage sales without secondary stuff to sell? I mean, I'm a big video game collector. I have, and a Magic the Gathering card collector. Well, I'm just a hoarder.
I've seen the piles of
boxes. There's a reason it's purple behind me, because there's a lot of stuff laying around in here. Right here alone, I just bought a stack of some physical games. I don't know, anyway. So it's like I collect GameCube. I collect all the Nintendo stuff. I'm just a collector, but I think many people are, and you can't collect like GTA's maybe coming out without a hard copy. I think that's a mistake.
I heard, $80, no disc.
Well, so the price of the game has been. I've been making games for 40 years almost, and the price has not gone up, but the cost of development has gone through the roof. It's gone through the roof. Games should cost $120, but they're not.
If the inflation, but part of that is also the reason the costs have gone up is that people have been trying to drive the hardware needs up, right? They've been trying to make the games more and more and more realistic, so that you need better and better hardware. And I think we sort of reached the end of that, right?
Mm-hmm. Craven made a good point here. He said, this is the right time to try. In fact, look, none of us are getting paid here. We're doing this. We all have like side gigs or other things we're working on. And all we're doing here is we're like, shit, all of our friends are losing their gigs. And independent game companies, people are breaking into making these really cool, fun experiences, but they don't know how to market to anybody. And then you've got all these predatory publishers, the small indie publishers. They're okay, we'll we'll market you and get your wish list, and we get 50% of the money. What kind of crap is that? That is ridiculous. Predatory. So what we're hoping to do is build a community large enough to where we can follow along with 10, 20 games, and you guys can come here and find out about it. Steam does a shit job of curating. Nobody does a good job of helping people out find stuff they like or putting it there and letting them vote and letting them have a voice. We want to be that place, and it's a big endeavor. It's a big ask. When we're going to ask, without your help, we're not going to get there. So we really do need all of you to join and tell others about it, because we would like to be helping and leading the Horde together with everybody, but only if there is one.
You can't be a Horde without a Horde. So
you can be. You're just a Horde.
Friends, get everybody on the site. Get everybody to watch our videos.
Yeah. So I think this has been a good experience. This is episode 1. We're off next Friday because it's July 4th. We're still trying to decide if we go bi-weekly or weekly. Weekly's a lot of work, so it may be bi-weekly to start. But we're going to give this first video a chance to run. We'll post this up here so people can see what we're doing. We'll have other cast members on here as well with us from time to time. And we'll do if you don't like the names of the shows, like Stay Horde, it doesn't fit what you do, let us know. Man, we want to know what you think. If without you, we're just in the wind, right? Let us know what you think. You're important. You are us. We are you. All together now. All together now. All together now. I know, the Beatles. But anyway, that's how the mind works. Or doesn't. Your choice. Anyway, join all our socials, YouTube, TikToks, Discord, especially join the forums. And you got anything you want to add, Keith, before we sign off here?
No, I think you covered it. But a lot of these issues that folks are bringing up in the chat are definitely bigger discussions. You're making some good points. Put them up in the forums. Let's have a longer discussion about these things, and also make sure to send in your forum feedback for the next show.
Right. Please notice we had one forum feedback question. So I guarantee you're going to get on the show right now if you ask questions, because this is ground flipping zero, baby. This is ground zero, and I'm so thankful that nobody asked about Wingman's weight. We will see all of you. We will see all of you, hopefully, in the forums and in a couple weeks. Love you all. Join all of us.
Stay Horde.
Stay Horde. Yeah. Bye.